Hey YouTube, this is SoulPrime13 here with another video. Today I wanted to try something new and do a discussion video, this time about the subject of repaints. Repaints have always been a big thing in the Transformers continuities, everything from the Seekers to Optimus versus Nemesis Prime. It's a great way to reuse molds and create new characters, so we've definitely seen it plenty over the years. But today I want to talk about a couple of repaints that have only been used once and I feel really should be brought back. But the bulk of this video is going to be talking about repaints that, to my knowledge, have never been done and I think would look really cool and sell pretty well. Of course, this is all just my personal opinion, and I would love to hear feedback from you guys about what sort of repaints you think would work well, or what you would like to see either released again or done for the very first time. And, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps out the video. And let's go ahead and get into it. So the first repaint I want to talk about is one that was done for the original '07 movie Blackout figure. They have done one for the recent Studio Series Leader Class Blackout, which was Grindor, and I believe that one was pretty similar for the most part. I think it was just a shade of tan rather than Blackout's gray, but I do believe a good figure that would work and should be brought back is the original Autobot evac rescue helicopter. That was a pretty interesting looking figure, and the bright orange and white is definitely a very big break from the military style copter that Blackout is. And I definitely feel like that would stand out more on the shelves. Kids would probably like that a bit more. It's definitely a figure that would, in my opinion, do really well. It would stand out a lot better. But, it's one of those one-off repaints that we only ever saw once, and I really think they should bring it back. And I think it's a good time to consider that because of what they did with the Sandstorm rescue helicopter. That figure, I really liked that alt mode. So I think that, there is some precedent at the moment to do that, and maybe in the future I could talk about triple changer repaints. I feel like they probably deserve their own video. The next one I want to talk about for repaints that have been done at least once is the Pink Bumblebee Laserbeak. I think that was kind of a neat concept, and honestly, I am actually very much a fan of bright pink things. I do feel that this could be an interesting one to bring back for a number of molds. But the one mold that I think this would be most interesting to see done with is actually the animated Bumblebee, because he's already kind of got like a smaller, cutesy stature to him. He's the young gun, trying to prove himself a lot of the time. He's the kid appeal character. And I feel that, a pink animated Bumblebee would actually be pretty adorable. And I feel that another reason the animated version would be really good for this is there's already some precedent with the episode where Wasp tries to infiltrate the Autobots by disguising himself as Bumblebee and make Bumblebee look like him, because they share the same body type. So, making a Bumblebee, pink Bumblebee out of that, and maybe just giving him a slightly different face sculpt, or maybe just give him red eyes or something, might be a really interesting way to bring that repaint back into the mix. So the final existing repaint I wanted to talk about is the Nightwatch Optimus Prime from the '07 movie. I do actually have this figure.
I absolutely love the blue colors and the sort of darker tone that it gives off. Not quite a Nemesis Prime darkness, but definitely more of a covert ops kind of thing. And I really, really admire the shades of blue that they used and the little hints of gold. Uh, and I think, honestly, the best figure to receive a new version of this repaint would be the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. He definitely has a grittier look to him. I think that done up in those dark blues would look just fabulous. I really, really would love to see this done. I really hope that, at some point they'll bring back some of these repaints that are just the same character with a different color scheme, because I feel like we don't really get those anymore. Same with like the Deep Desert Brawl. There are a lot of figures that before would just get a different color without being a different character. So I really hope we get to see more of that again in the future. So the next things I want to talk about are repaints that, to my knowledge, have not been done. Starting with a Nova slash Nemesis Prime done in actual Nemesis colors. The red and black sort of color scheme, because he's mostly white, but he definitely has a menacing silhouette that I think would really fit well with the red and black color scheme. But we could also do there was a panel in the comics where he sort of had a purple-ish color to him from being in the Dark Universe, I believe it was, or the Den Universe, one of those two. And I think that would look really cool too. So, following up on the concept of Nemesis colors, I thought it might be interesting to see a Nemesis Megatron, so to speak. That is the movie Megatron that turned into a truck done up in the Nemesis Prime colors. I think that would be really cool to see. And I know that there was a version of that Megatron that was done in sort of dark grays that I believe was supposed to be like a theme park special or something. Uh, that that's a start, but not quite what I was thinking of. But I did want to mention that that was something that had been done before. But yeah, I mean, seeing Megatron in red and black, I'm surprised we don't see it more. But his traditional colors are that gray color scheme. So, going back to movie color schemes and movie figures, I think an interesting one that has been talked about is how the movie Devastator has been done in the G1 color scheme. But wouldn't it be kind of interesting to see that flip flopped and have G1 Devastator done up in the sort of mishmashed movie color scheme? Now, I don't think they're ever going to do this because it's a lot cheaper to make, a set of matching colors most of the time. A lot less worry about, getting all those different colors sorted out. But I still think it would be a cool idea, and I don't think it's necessarily impossible. I just don't think that it's something they'll do due to cost effectiveness. But I think it would be pretty funny to see sort of mismatched G1 Devastator. All right, let's talk about something a little more recent and a lot more likely to actually happen. I would love to see the Deluxe Legacy Shard Armorizer done in a dark or red Energon color scheme. Uh, I think that they were originally planning on having her be some sort of crystalline color anyway before they changed it to the Doom Crystal Green. At least that's what I remember hearing. Uh, the Personally, I think that the red would look really good, and maybe some translucent purples thrown in there on some of the extra solid bits. Um, honestly, I think that just that general color scheme would look really great. I might be biased because I'm not a huge fan of the green color scheme, or really just green in general, but I do think that it could look really good in a darker, more sinister color. Following up on characters, I think would look really good in a dark or red energon color scheme. I think that the Prime slash Beast Hunter's Shockwave would look really good with a sort of red energon color scheme. You know, changes darker purples to maybe more of a burgundy, and have him with like crystalline armor of like maybe translucent red pieces. Because Shockwave, being a scientist, would definitely be one to experiment with the properties of energon and infusing himself with it. So I think that a sort of red energon, speedy, uh, mad scientist would definitely be for an interesting look. So that would be my pick for that particular Shockwave. Another Shockwave I would really like to see is actually of the movie Shockwave. He has a very skeletal, bony armor kind of appearance to him. So I think done up in a white and sort of bone meal color, making him look more skeletal in nature, would be really, really cool. And you could give him a sort of sciency name like, White Nova or Dwarf Star because of white dwarf stars. Give him those kind of names to play it off, and just make him look like some sort of giant skeleton monster. I think that would look absolutely awesome. I would definitely pick that figure up if I saw it in the store. Speaking of crazy mad scientists from the movie universe, I would love to see a new version of the Scalpel figure. The one we did get was very fragile and not terribly impressive. I did have it. It did not take long for the legs to start falling off, and eventually they just wouldn't even go back in, and I ended up just tossing it because it wasn't worth holding on to. But I think a very interesting take on that character could be a white repaint of the Studio Series Perceptor. I think that would look really cool. Maybe give him a different head with the big bug eyes, or there was another Perceptor repaint in black. I can't remember his name. I know it starts with an M. Maybe give him that head that has like the face plate, and give him red eyes. But I think repainting that mold into a white microscope would not only fit the aesthetic of an actual microscope, but it would play really well into the Scalpel figure, and I think it would be a really great what if kind of character. So the next one I wanted to talk about is the movie Brawl mold. We have seen a Deep Desert Brawl, which was pretty popular from what I understand. I never got a chance to get that one, but I would definitely would have liked to have gotten that one. And considering the movie masterpiece of him just came out, it's unlikely that that'll get a repaint, but if it does, I would definitely love to see that done up in an Arctic camo color scheme. And of course, this applies to the other studio series or just any of the other Brawl molds. Because I don't really think we get too many Arctic camo tanks. I really like that white and bluish gray color scheme. I think it would look really good. Uh, and considering we already did a desert repaint of him, I don't think it's really that far out of the wheelhouse to do the Arctic camo. I would really like to see that. So the final one I want to talk about for this video would be a version of the Beast Hunters Optimus Prime, the very bulky one that had the flight mode and all that. That vehicle, I think, would look great in the sort of desert Humvee kind of color scheme that you see on a lot of military vehicles these days. I think that would look really good. And there were plenty of times where they were driving through craggy, rocky wastelands. I think that would have been a very interesting take on that particular vehicle. So that was my video on repaints, and I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like or a comment, and consider subscribing. That really does help the channel grow, and I'm just starting out, so I can take all the help I can get. There might be some audio issues in the beginning of the video. I had to go through 3 different editing softwares to find one that really worked for what I was trying to do. So I do apologize if there's any quality issues in that regard, but I really do hope that you guys will enjoy this video. And if it does well, there are some other similar type of videos that I would like to do in the future, like what different transformers I'd like to see in different size classes and things like that. So I just really hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you all have a great day.